Greetings to you. This is 3 Good Minutes. My name is Richard Wing, and we are here hoping that what we share with you will be encouragement for the living of these days. Recently, I told the longer story of Mrs. Louise de Graffenried. She was the one, along with her husband, that were confronted by a man that escaped from prison. He had a gun. He said, "Don't make me kill you." And she told him that she doesn't allow any violence, put that gun down. And she fed him breakfast and got some warm socks on him. And the man started crying. She prayed for him. And then the police started to come and they surrounded the house. They knew where he was. And she went out on that porch, told the police to put their guns away because she doesn't allow any violence there. And then she said, "We're going to bring him on out. He wants to come on back with you, but you got to put your guns away." And so they did. And they put the cuffs on Riley Arsenault. And he was taken off to prison, was tried, and had to stay in prison for a period of time. Now, I want to tell you the rest of the story. Mrs. de Graffenried and her husband, Nathan, belonged to the Primitive Baptist Church. And she took it upon herself to go visit this man who had invaded their house, threatening to kill them, Riley. She went and visited him on a regular basis. They got to know each other. She entered him into her family, kind of adopted him without doing any papers. And by the time that he got out, he was a part of their family, coming to their home often. And then there came that day that Louise de Graffenried was very ill, and finally she died. The family got together and had to make the plans for the funeral. And they decided that there would only be one person to give a eulogy to Mrs. de Graffenried. They chose Riley Arsenault. And he got up in that service and he said, "We talk a lot about being Christian. We talk a lot about being Christian and don't follow those simple words of love that were given to us by Jesus." But Mrs. de Graffenried was the real deal. When it comes to being Christian, she was the real deal. "Are ye able," said the Master, "when a thief lifts up his eyes, that his pardoned soul is worthy of a place in paradise." Sung often at the Primitive Baptist Church and lived out dramatically in the life of Mrs. Louise de Graffenried. I'm Richard Wing. This is 3 Good Minutes.